The Prime Minister is due to touch down in Alice Springs within the next hour or so. It comes as the community battles twin crises of alcohol and youth violence. One person who's trying to make a positive difference is community leader Jason Lord from the Arrernte Community Boxing Academy, who joins me live now from Alice Springs. Jason, thanks for your time. I want to get your own personal story in a moment, because you, as a teenager, had some troubled times. You found support. Now you're trying to provide support to others. But before we ask you about exactly what you do, can you tell me why are things as bad as they are right now when we talk about this situation in Alice Springs?
Look, it's a hard one, and being a local, we've talked about it, and a lot of my friends who have businesses get affected. People I know personally, get their homes broken into, and it's a funny crisis at the moment. And what do we do about it? I don't know. And look, it's in the now, it's here, and we're all confused. I think no one's really got a magic wand to make this go away. It's bringing this community back together to hopefully we can all get together and work together to make Alice Springs, a safe place and a good place as it always used to be.
And that's exactly what you're trying to do through your academy. Do you think before we sort of explore your approach to it with the young First Nations people that you have as part of the boxing community, do you think that a return of the alcohol ban across a number of the living communities in the top end would assist?
Look, of course. I mean, Aboriginal people, and this is coming personally, Aboriginal people and grog culture just don't mix. And, we've grown up witnessing it firsthand. And, our mob and grog is just not a good combination. And, the bans are important. I think, I totally support it too. I think if we had a town that had less alcohol, that's great on our people. That's great on this town. And I totally support that.
Yeah. And so talk us through and tell our viewers what you do with young Australians, young Aboriginal Australians in Alice Springs. From your own experience, how do you try and give them a sense of purpose and hope?
Look, our boxing academy, everybody comes with it. All different walks of life, all cultures. It's a very multicultural service, and obviously Indigenous people, are a greater group. That's kind of a big thing behind boxing, I suppose, and it helps. Look, it's helped people forever, right across the globe. Boxing's been really important for me growing up. I was one of the kids that was doing a lot of the stuff that these guys are doing today. And if it wasn't for boxing, if it wasn't for certain people that got behind me and backed me as a young fella back in those days in the 90s, and God knows where I would have ended up. I was on that crossroad, heading into adult childhood, and I had no mentors. I had no one to look up to. I had no one in my life that even gave a care. So one of the big things we do down at Arrernte Boxing is we care. Is you put your arm around a young fella that's struggling. We talk to them like we care about them. We show them love. We give them enough attention down at the academy, hoping that that's something that gets them through the day. And we don't know how much love they get at home, so we give it all down there. But look, we work with all sorts of kids. There's kids that are, some of these kids on the street that are in trouble and cause a lot of the stuff. They come down to the academy and we do our best to talk them through what's going on. We try to provide as much mentorship as we can. There's a bunch of great leaders down there, from my partner Stephanie right through to a couple of the other trainers, which is Dennis and Nick and some other guys that all pitch in down there. And it's just a program that if we can wrap good people around these guys, it's a start. So there's a lot of good programs in Alice Springs all trying to do their bit. We're just one of those programs. There's a lot of hope here. It's just getting the town back together and work together. I think that's one big thing that's we need to achieve. We need to get that back going again in this town.
Yeah, well, there's just nothing but admiration for what you're doing. It sounds such an incredible contribution to that society and that community that you love. I guess the other thing that you found, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the structure around the training and the discipline involved in boxing, plus the love and affection that you talk about, they've got to complement each other by the sounds of it.
That's right. Well, look, we operate on 3 pillars, which is culture, care and control. The culture aspect doesn't necessarily mean Indigenous culture or Aboriginal culture. It's the culture of everybody that comes into the academy. We had close to 500 people a week come through here, and we're a non-for-profit program. We're not government funded. We all volunteer. We've had some promises from the government. Nothing's come through, but they need to back programs like ours. We're willing to step up and do, as much as we can for the community. We don't get paid to do what we do, and we get out and we do as much as we can to help out. Look, if it means that we need to step up a bit more, I mean, I've always put my hand up. The last 4 years, I've been, waving the flag and saying, look, we want to be a diversion-style program for the intergovernment, for Alice Springs. We work closely with the town council. There's good people out here. There's good groups. If we can all get back together and support each other, and it's a town that I love. It's a beautiful town, and it can come back. You can always get this back again. There's always going to be trouble. That's the way it goes, and I don't think we're the only town in Australia that's struggling in the situation. It's just us at this stage.
So Jason Lord, what do you need if you had a message to the Northern Territory or federal government? What would help you do what you do right now? If you had their ear and you could ask them for a bit of support.
Oh, look, we need the support. It's not about, look, we all volunteer, and a program that needs to be funded for sure, because I can't keep promising. Our coaches or our mentors each month saying that your money's around the corner, and look, we can do this a bit better. But look, we're motivated. We're doing this. We're not paid to do it. We're here to help. Get behind us. Support us. If you can give us some grants to help us. Look, it's at that point where we could probably, have some time off from our general day jobs to run Arrernte boxing, to a full-term or full-time type program where, we do work with some of these kids. We do work with the programs that have a lot of these kids involved in their programs. We can contribute a lot more. A lot of us have grown up in this, violent, traumatic backgrounds. Alcohol's been a killer in my family. And, I was a kid in Dondale. I've been down that road, and we can all get out. We can all make a change. You get someone good behind you that's willing to give you a fair go, then let's get behind them. Let's all work together, and let's get this Alice back to what it used to be.
Well, Jason Lord from the Arrernte Community Boxing Academy, thank you for your time. We wish you nothing but strength and a bit of hope as well over the coming days. Thank you.
Oh, for sure. Thanks very much.